Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. Before that, after around 90 minutes, I'll host a live chat. And today's live chat is very important because we'll have a look at what Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean president, said. Right now, Ere TV, Dynasty Hafash radio station of Eritrea are broadcasting Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki's interview. What is he saying? What is he likely to say? Is the interview about Eritrea, about regional issues, international issues? I would like you to join the live chat with your questions and comments. What is your analysis of Isaias Afwerki's interview? What uh, is he likely to speak about? Secondly, it seems that another country is trying to mediate between Ethiopia and Somalia. Efforts are underway to bring the two sides together for talks, reportedly. We know that Turkey tried to mediate between Ethiopia and Somalia. Two rounds of talks held, but no progress could be made. Now, an African country seems to be talking to the two sides separately, reportedly. Let's start with the first story, which is about Eritrea. Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki is being interviewed right now on Ere TV. You can watch it live now on Ere TV. Live means that the interview is being broadcast. I think it was broadcast. It was recorded earlier. Now it is being broadcast on Ere TV and Eritrean radio station. Now it's a routine interview. Reportedly, it's almost the end of the year, and it's a regular interview of Isaias Afwerki, reportedly. Or there are some issues that he want to talk about, some specific issues which he wants to highlight. We'll see after a few hours, after an hour or two, because interview is ongoing. I would like to hear Isaias Afwerki talk about Donald Trump, the new US president, because the man is very critical of the US. Whenever he speaks, he starts from the colonial powers of the world, the hegemony of the world order imposed by Americans and Westerners. But Isaias Afwerki is keen to improve ties with Donald Trump. What will he say about the world order and American hegemony now in this interview? We'll see, firstly. Secondly, we know that Al Burhan visited Sudan a few days ago, 2 to 3 days ago. And Burhan wants more Eritrean military involvement in Sudan war. What will he say about Sudanese civil war? Thirdly, Ethiopia. We know that Ethiopia-Eritrea relations very cold. Ethiopia backing Eritrean opposition groups. Eritrea banned Ethiopian line flights. Tigray People Liberation Front and Tigray Intergum criticizing Eritrea. Just 48 hours ago, Axom massacre was remembered in Tigray. Ceremonies were held in Tigray. Martyrs were remembered. Eritrea denies having committed any massacre of civilians in Axom. That is what ENDF says too, by the way. Jula also said in an interview that no large-scale massacre of civilians happened in Axom, but Tigray is adamant that in Axom, military massacred innocent Tigrayans during the war. So let's see what Isaias Afwerki says about Ethiopia, Somalia, Sudan, US. And does he have anything to say about Eritreans and Eritrea? We heard recently that Eritrea was planning to hold a Congress of PFDJ, only part in the ruling part in Eritrea, and we heard that maybe Sasavok was working on his succession plan. This interview is significant. We'll see what he says after around 2 hours. I'm trying to get translations. I don't know the local languages, but people help me. If you want to share your feedback with me of the interview, you can send me an email. SAJID 672000. You can share the main points with me. You can discuss the issues with me, and you can mention Sasa work his interviews main points in the coming live chat too after 90 minutes. Secondly, viewers, it seems another country is trying to de-escalate Ethiopia Somalia tensions. Know that the two countries have been involved in a dispute over an MOU signed by Ethiopia and Somaliland in January this year. MOU, if implemented, will give Ethiopia access to sea through Somaliland, and Somaliland will get recognition as a country from Ethiopia. Somalia says it won't allow the MOU be implemented, no matter what the cost is. That Turkey had tried to mediate. It held 2 rounds of talks. The two sides held 2 rounds of talks under the auspices of Turkey in Ankara this year, but no agreement could be reached. Third round was postponed. Why? Because the two parties were not. They did not make any progress in the 2 rounds of talks. That's why the third round was suspended. And Turkish foreign minister announced that Turkey would engage the two sides separately, and then third round will start. But third round could not start. Now, it seems that another country is trying to bring the two sides together. Kenya. William Ruto reportedly is contacting the leaders of Ethiopia and Somalia at the request of Somalia or Ethiopia. Don't know. But reportedly, Ruto is trying to bring the two sides together for a dialogue. He's inviting them to Kenya. It remains to be seen that if the two sides will agree to Ruto's mediation or will agree to talks in Kenya. When Ethiopian and Somali delegations met in Ankara, Somalia said the talks were indirect talks. Somalia never admitted to talking to Ethiopia since January. Direct talks with Ethiopia, Somalia in Kenya is a challenge to start, by the way. But Hassan Sheikh is now becoming weak internally. Puntland cut off ties with federal government. Jubaland refusing to recognize Hassan Sheikh as the president. Well, government has mobilized its military in Jubaland. Hassan Sheikh is getting weak internally. No doubt about that. Southwest state supports Ethiopia. Maybe this internal weakness might influence Hassan Sheikh to reconsider his position. He's been saying no talks with Ethiopia. Direct talks. Talks will be held after Ethiopia withdraws from MOU. But since Hassan Sheikh is getting weak internally, he might change his position. So we'll have to see. Can Kenya convince Hassan Sheikh and Abiy Ahmed to visit Nairobi? Or can Kenya convince the two sides to send the delegations to Nairobi for talks? We'll see in coming days. Thank you for watching.